Candidates, we have to move on. I'm going to ask each of you the same question. Mr. Solomon, I'm going to start with you. Rhode Island's Attorney General has a standing policy to investigate every use of force by state and local police. If an ICE agent uses serious force and a civilian is injured, would you argue the use of force policy applies to a federal agent, or is it your legal opinion that the Supremacy Clause provides immunity to federal agents?
I believe the use of force applies to the federal agent. If they are going above and beyond the law, if they're committing of a crime, we are going to prosecute it. Simple as that, because no one is above the law, whether they have a badge or not. And I'm committed to prosecuting those crimes. And we've seen it a lot with ICE lately, where they're coming into the state and a lot of the individuals who are in ICE are just not trained. They're not held to the same rules and responsibilities that local officers are held to. And they don't have the same training that our local state and local police have. So if someone's committing a crime, like we've seen in many other states, that we will prosecute as.
Mr. Hoffman.
ICE has become a disgraceful example of this president's tyranny in this country. I believe that just as in Maine and Minnesota, where attorneys general are investigating ICE agents when they have broken the law, I would do the same, and if allowable under the law, prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law.
Mr. Knapp.
Absolutely. I mean, I think ICE is obviously engaged in a racist agenda that doesn't have anything to do with legitimate law enforcement interests these days. The federal supremacy clause exists. It's something that will be hashed out in court, but our goal would be if anybody, an ICE agent or any law enforcement person breaks the law of the state of Rhode Island, we want to hold them accountable, absolutely. It's just going to be a lot more hurdles with the ICE agent, but as your Attorney General, I will commit that if that, God forbid, that happens in Rhode Island, and I really hope it doesn't, we will do everything we can to bring that person to justice.
Ms. Ahern, final word.
Yeah, what we're seeing play out across our country and right here in Rhode Island with ICE is not just a tragedy, it's a travesty of justice. It offends me as a mom, as a lawyer, as a resident of this state, and as someone who used to train police officers. When I was at the AG's office, I trained hundreds of police officers in criminal procedure and how to investigate crimes. And I have not seen in any of these videos one ICE agent acting like any of the police officers that I trained, and I would, of course, investigate them if they committed a crime on my watch.